In today's Leeds news, Andrea Radrizzani, Sampdoria move as he speaks. Gyabi and Joseph World Cup win. Leeds are still interested in Stuart Webber. And Leeds United planning next manager. Hey folks, Jer here on the 23rd of May, Tuesday morning with your Leeds news, or Tuesday afternoon with your Leeds news, whenever you're watching this. Hope you're all having a really good week. One a week. If you like the channel, if you want to help support the channel, you can do so by subscribing. We're approaching 11k. It'd be great to get that mark before the end of the season. We won't, but it'd be nice. As always, thanks to everyone that has supported the channel as well. There's been a couple of questions around the channel and what's going to happen next year if Leeds are in the Championship. So just really quickly to say, I have no intention of stopping doing this. So if Leeds go into the Championship, I'll continue to do this. Might be a bit trickier, might be hard to get my hands on some news, but we'll keep going and we'll see what it looks like next season. So not going anywhere. Right, let's crack on with the news and get into this. And we'll start off with the main story. It's a large one, and it's around the future of Leeds United owner Andrea Radrizzani, which also has a knock-on effect of being the future of Leeds United as well. According to now, there's a little bit in this, so there's multiple stories, there's multiple sources, so there's a lot of stuff coming in. So I've tried to put it in the best way that I can, and we'll start off with, according to Napoli magazine, Andrea Radrizzani is partnered with a friend and investor, Manfredi, have put an offer of £65 million on the table to purchase Sampdoria. This is their second bid in the attempt to buy Sampdoria. Mo Ibrahim yesterday shared images of Radrizzani leaving the training ground of Sampdoria in Genoa with a very big smile on his face 24 hours after Leeds looked like they'd confirmed their relegation to the Championship. So not a great look from that perspective. What has come out also, and this has come out from others from The Athletic, is that he spent 30 minutes in the training facility and also visited the stadium in order to familiarize himself with it. The Athletic have described Sampdoria's current financial position as financial oblivion. The report says that the group that Radrizzani is heading up is a group called Gestio Capital, and they say that they are trying to save the club. Sampdoria pretty much have an £11.6 million outstanding wage bill that has to be paid by May 30th, or Sampdoria will go into next season in Serie B with a points deduction penalty that's been put on top of them. However, this morning, some news has come out from reporters who spoke to Radrizzani at the ground, and he's had a bit to say on this, and this is the clip notes version of what Radrizzani's had to say. He said he came to Genoa to get to know the directors and to introduce himself formally. He said then they wanted to explain the project, or in his words, rather an industrial plan for Sampdoria. Radrizzani's first bid did miss the mark with Sampdoria. That was said yesterday, but he says that his second proposal is structured differently in terms of financing terms. He also said that he is in contact with a series of investors interested in joining the group. The key bit for our future lies in the next piece, where he says that they are trying to speed things up as much as possible. They've presented their proposal and now they wait on an answer in the next few hours. So it could be a possibility as early as today, probably more likely early next week, that we hear if Radrizzani's group's planned buyout of Sampdoria has actually gone through, which would then have a knock-on effect of where we're going to be. Leeds need to make decisions rapidly, and you would hope that as soon as the game against Spurs is finished on Sunday, that Leeds will start to make announcements on what the future of the club is going to look like. That will need to happen pretty quickly. There is still a slim chance of Leeds remaining in the Premier League, but it is very much a slim chance, and a lot of things have to go our way. So we'll have to wait and see. Moving on, let's get to a good news story. Darko Gyabi and Matteo Joseph, they lined out last night for the England under-20s squad in their World Cup game, the under-20s World Cup. Both players played a part in England's 1-0 win over Tunisia in the under-20s World Cup. So good stuff for them. Good start for the England 20s. So well done, lads. Moving on, let's talk about Stuart Webber. And this is an interesting one. So the last time I mentioned Stuart Webber, someone came after me because I didn't use quotes. Here's some quotes. According to Phil Hay and the Athletic, Leeds are still interested in Stuart Webber for the vacant director of football role at the club. This was reported initially back on the 5th of May when I didn't have any quotes by Leeds All Over. However, it will depend on who is making the call on this decision. Radrizzani and Orta were said to be keen admirers of Webber. Phil Hay points out that Webber is, in fact, a lifelong Leeds United fan. However, his signings at Norwich have been viewed as very hit and miss, and his appointment would divide opinion amongst the Leeds fans. Hay also goes on to say that Leeds also like the look of Middlesbrough director of football Kieran Scott, and that he is also on a list of potential replacements for Victor Orta moving into next season. But again, that will all depend on who's in charge and who's making the call. Moving on, another quote from Phil Hay from his piece in The Athletic, and Leeds are planning their next manager, according to Hay. According to Phil Hay, Leeds could try and approach Graham Potter or Brendan Rodgers, depending on what division Leeds are in heading into next season. In his piece, Hay says that Leeds will likely make inquiries about Rodgers should they get relegated to the Championship, in the hope that he would see a longer-term project of bringing Leeds back into the Premier League. He also says that they're likely to approach Graham Potter should they maintain their position in the Premier League. And again, they're looking for a younger manager who can help build a project that will take Leeds forward. I have no issue with either of these two managers at all coming into Leeds. Graham Potter tends to take a year before his ideas start to blend. If he would take the drop to the Championship, he had that year to do that. Brendan Rodgers, some people like him, some people don't like him. I'm okay with him. He's a winner. He plays a decent brand of football. He's an odd way about doing things, but he's successful. He's won trophies, and not just in Scotland. He won the FA Cup as well. So he has got a proven track record. It did fall apart a bit from at Leicester. There seems to be a lot more issues behind the scenes at Leicester than people realise. But it did fall apart from a little bit there. But I would be okay with him coming into Leeds. I think they would be probably two. My preferred opinion is Carlos Corberán. I still would like to have Corberán back at Leeds. Just personal opinion. Yeah, so that's it. We know what you think about the Radrizzani situation. Personally, after seeing him leaving the training ground yesterday, I'm like, Ciabella, you can go back to Italy and enjoy your time with Sampdoria. Let's just get this moving quickly. It's just not a good. I know he's under time constraints with Sampdoria, but it's not a good look. 24 hours after the club that you own is about to hit rock bottom, that you're smiling, leaving another club's training ground. You haven't broken up with us yet, Andrea. You can't go dating somebody else just yet. You gotta do it the right way. Folks, that's going to be it for me for today. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you tomorrow morning with more Leeds news. Have a great day. Bye.